No one can complain that he or she does not have any fear, that he or she is never afraid during the day, performing duty or taking decisions or working or even traveling sometimes. So, therefore, the statement that I am without any fear is wrong. It's a fallacious statement. Yes, we are humans, fears are normal. We should know how to conquer fear. Fears can be conquered, there is no doubt about it. The first thing is you face your fears. Don't run away from these fears. Face them squarely. Life is up and down, and once you understand life, you will also realize that you have to face all these challenges. Recognize the challenge that you have. Recognize your fears. It will definitely help you. Number 2, imagine the worst. What can happen at the worst? So imagine that and be prepared for that. Once you are prepared, so you will never face the situation, okay, this is something which I never expected. Because you are ready to face. You are expecting that some problem is bound to be there and you are equipped to face that problem. Number 3, look at the evidence. If you have some kind of fear, try to find the logical reason for that fear. Okay, why it has happened. Now, if you have some logical points, then devise a plan to combat that particular point or to combat those particular points. It is advisable to write them down. When you write them, you will find that certain thoughts were fallacious, certain thoughts were wrong. You were only thinking negatively. But in any case, if there are logical points, you write down and try to find out the evidence and be prepared with a plan to combat the evidence, to combat all the challenges that the problem has. Number 4, talk it over. Talk it over to your friends. Talk it over to the person you rely on. Talk it over to your mentor. Talk it over to your spouse. By talking, you will feel that the fear has already been reduced. Number 5, go back to the basics. Go back to the basics. Think and visualize what you were in the beginning. And the worst is, if you lose everything, you have to start again. So you should be prepared for that, though it will never happen. Furthermore, during the journey thus far, you have learned many lessons. You might have failed in certain things, and that would have given you an impression, that would have given you a lesson that don't go that way because that doesn't work. Everything keeps on changing from moment to moment. So one has to be aware of the changes. One has to be agile, totally self-aware, because then you can combat things which might have emerged due to the changed environment, changed circumstances concerning you, concerning your project, concerning your task. Another important point to be kept in view is never try to be perfect. Perfection is a mirage. It's only nature which is perfect, but otherwise nobody can be perfect. What you have to do is only enhance your skills. You have to do your best, your level best. You have to be better than you were yesterday. So this is all that you have to do. And then you don't have to be absolutely connected with the results. Because when you look to the result all the time, things will not work. So therefore, you put your mind and soul into the work and leave the rest. Next, we must consider that if there is an occasion And if the challenge is very big, if there is a dire disaster, so what you have to do? Still, you have to face it. It's your life. Take a deep breath. Take some deep breath. So that'll help you. And then think it over. So you should not be absolutely down with the kind of challenge, even though this is very big one. Take deep breath, think what best you can do, note down all the possibilities, then try to take up the best possible way, and that is the only thing that you must do. Now, in order that we are free, we have courage to face these, you should take some time out. Because if you are performing the same thing again and again and it becomes a dull routine, then your ability to combat goes down. So therefore, take some time out. Go outside, out of your town, out of your city, or even out of your home to the park. Spend some time there. Spend some time with nature. Next point I would like to say is visualize happy things that have happened in the past. You must have had occasions when you had successes, or when you met some people who created happiness, or you had visited some places which gave you a lot of happiness. Try to live those experiences. That will also give you more power. Lastly, when you have completed the task, when you have fought your fear, when you have just come out as a winner, then reward yourself. Reward yourself means whatever you really like, do that. Don't consider it is not necessary. It will certainly enhance your self-esteem, and it will prepare you for the greater challenges in the future. When the task is over, remember, you must celebrate.